Ladies and gentlemen, we have a special presentation. I've been slowly but surely trying to work on this and get prepared for CFB 27. I want to do more of this with my team builder dynasties, seeing if we can actually become a dynasty. And now, in the year of our Lord 2034, I have gotten the Redstone Dragons to the national championship. Let's take you on a ride to see how we got there. Operating out of the Big 12, we are currently sitting at 14-2, and as you can see, we went on a heater. Win after win after win after win after win after win after win. You get the picture. Everything was all peachy keen until we hosted West Virginia. And in an overtime thriller, we lost 46 to 44. That would not be the only hurdle of our season. Because even though we finished off the regular season 11-1, we went to the Big 12 championship and we lost 27-21. Our quarterback, big piece of this by the way, our quarterback was hurt in that game with some wear and tear on his non-throwing arm. We put the backup in. He wasn't ready for the brights were too light. I said the brights were too light. The lights were too bright and the brights were too light. I would end up losing the conference championship. I thought we wouldn't even make the playoff. I thought, well, here goes another year where I can't even do this goddamn project I want to do. But we made it to the playoffs, and we've been the road team the entire time. On the road at Penn State, and then a road team for a neutral site against Oklahoma, road team for a neutral site against Clemson, and that's a road team for a neutral site against Miami. It's been a long, winding road, but we're finally in the national championship. Let's take a look at our players. Now, some of the key players on this championship run, we have to start with Lewis Whitaker, our quarterback. The man is having an outstanding season, including this playoff run, including the conference championship game. Over 5,100 yards, 53 touchdowns, 8 picks. He threw 8 of them things. I'm man enough to admit it. He's been operating at a elite level, top of the class. Let's get down to we got a two running back system. Both redshirt juniors, Jeff Bortles, Marquez Atagwe. It's a heavy dose of that run game now. They're both having an outstanding year. We don't get here without our running backs. And then the receiving core. And in this game, I think you'll see a lot of explosive plays from Rich Cummings, the redshirt junior. And I'm hoping that you see a lot of explosive plays from Chauncey Harper, the true sophomore, the 6'6" true sophomore. Sprinkle in a little Glenn Riggs, sprinkle in a little Devon Griffin. That receiving core nice. But you see our top 3 guys all over 13 touchdowns. We'll do a lot of damage to our top 3 receivers. Head on down to the defense. And we wouldn't be here at all without Ezekiel Ali applying the pressure off the edge. Same with Ty. The pass rush, it's not as automatic as I would hope, but we get back there a pretty decent amount. But this is where we got to make our money. We got to make our money taking the ball away through the air. And our top 4 guys are all seniors. They're all going after this year. But keep an eye on the free safety Quabena Rosso. The man's a ball hawk. And in these playoffs, these last couple games, that man looked like he want to make something shake. He want to go be great. This is our impact players, man. I'd be remiss if I didn't give a shout out to Kevin Cooks. He leads us in tackles, head hunting out there trying to hit stick with every move. Shout out to Denario Crane, 36, leading the middle of the field, and Ricardo Sneed. Like we got some guys, but Kevin Cooks, Ricardo Sneed, they'll both be back here next year. Denario Crane, this is his last game. Deontay Turpin, this is his last game. I already talked about Quabena Rosso. Like, this is an emotional time for me, man. These are guys that really made their mark at Redstone, and this is the end. This is the end for them, and hopefully we can end on top. But without further ado, you know why we're here. The national championship game. Redstone Dragons, Miami Hurricanes. Let's get it. And that's what we fighting for. That's the prize right there. The College Football Playoff National Championship. Onto the field first. The champions of the ACC, the Miami Hurricanes. But not to be without an opponent. In comes the Redstone Dragons. We're in for a big one tonight. National championship from Arlington, Texas, AT&T Stadium. Who will be the one? And we're off. The initial kickoff of the 2035 College Football National Championship 2034 season, of course. And in comes the Redstone offense. The teams are about as even as you can get on third down, but Redstone does have the advantage in total offensive yards per game. Coming out first down. 3-by-1 set. Receiver going motion. Immediately gets a snap. And that Miami Hurricane defense is all over. 2nd and 11. Lewis Whitaker takes the snap. Checks it down. Big first down. Antoine Scruggs getting into action early. First and 10 from the 36. 5 wide. The Hurricanes brought a blitz. He checked it down. Spin move. He hit the B button. This Redstone offense is moving and grooving early. Chauncey Harper with that first down. Now Lewis Whitaker calling an audible. We don't see much of this in college football. Audibles from the quarterback. The handoff was blown up. Maybe we should have stuck to that first play. Check it down. Rich Kilman. He has been big for Redstone all year this year. 3rd and 5, the first third down of the game. They're about 57% on third down. Right one. Touchdown, Dragons. And this Dragons offense looking good already, baby. Yeah. Do your dance, young man. Glenn Riggs. That looked like just a seam ball splitting the defenders. Redstone on the board early. Now taking the field, that Miami offense led by center Max Hazru. Miami quarterback in the gun. 3-by-1 formation on first down. Handoff. Woo! That could have been intercepted. This Redstone defense playing with a lot of confidence. Even though they had 2 losses in a 3-week span or a 3-game span. Oh, nice back down. That questioned their defense, questioned their ability. They have been more than ready for the task in these playoffs. In comes the Redstone offense again. 7-point lead from the 36-yard line. The RPO ain't never hurt nobody. Now I'm glad we got this to go. This is what I like to call, personally, is what I call the glitchy camera angle. Don't ask me how I got to it. There's no here. Read option by Lewis Whitaker, and he's immediately clamped down on 3rd and long. The second third down of the game, 3rd and long. Lewis Whitaker, what do you have for me, son? He drops back. They brought a blitz. He had a man open. Couldn't quite get it to him. You got the quarterback Meeks, the Miami Hurricanes, attempting to gnaw at this early 7-point deficit. Inside zone there didn't work. 2nd and 10. Inside zone again, blown up again, he fumbled. Now the toughest thing about using a glitchy camera angle is that the cutscene does happen. It takes you right back out of the glitchy camera angle. Nonetheless, 3rd and 10. Looked like they ran stock slants. Incomplete. Redstone defense looking very good to start this national championship game. Handoff. That's a decent run. Entering the Miami side. 2nd and 4 after the best run, the best handoff so far for this Redstone offense. Quarterback making checks. Handoff again. We have all the respect in the world for this Miami Hurricanes team. You don't make it to the national championship while being a cupcake. Snap on 3rd and 5. Delivers a laser beam off the deep dig route. Chauncey Harper getting some of the action again. Under center, Deuce close right now. Handoff, big, huge rushing lane. Marquez Otagwe. Hit the B button going for a spin move there, but it'll be 2nd and inches. Fake the jet sweep into the handoff and we lose yards. Another 3rd down, this time a 3rd and 2. Quarterback under center, 2x2 formation, 2 tight ends on the field. They went jet sweep and a 1st down. Rich Kilmans is a very, very versatile piece in this offense. He can work underneath, work the intermediate, go deep, and you saw there he got a handoff. Speaking of handoff, Jeff Bortles, a 4-yard gain. Pass rush got in there. I'm just about to say Lewis Whitaker is looking pretty poised so far in this national championship. 3rd and 6, he takes a snap, and right as I say that, sack. And that takes the Redstone Dragons out of field goal range. After the explosive first drive of the Dragons, this has become a defensive quarter. Will it stay that way? Running back in motion. They're playing man coverage, and the linebacker tracked him down the entire way. The senior linebacker playing in his final college football game. You know he wants to come away with the big play. Right on cue, what a hit. 3rd and long for the Hurricanes. 2 backs in the backfield along with a tight end. And a huge, huge hit. Talked about it earlier. Number 19 on that back end. Patrolling the deep center field. He's a ball hog. Not only did he get the big hit, but look at the left hand. Look at the left hand punching that ball out. And then Rosso finished with the hit. Another senior, another big-time contribution to this defense. Laser beam off the play action of Rich Kilmans. And the Redstone Dragons are running hurry-up offense right now. This offense has been very, very good to start this national championship. Lewis Whitaker calling audibles. Now he's under center. Under center, single back bunch. Calling more audibles. Here, drop back. Woo! That's a risky ball. Come on, Lewis. You have a lot of freedom in this offense. You've been in this offense for a while. Play action. Checks it down. Good to see Chauncey Harper getting a lot of touches in this game. Play action again. That's a hot dot. Lewis Whitaker, you're wheeling and dealing right now, son. Does he snap it? He does. As the first quarter ends, Jeff Bortles with the 1st down carry. 1 quarter in the books. Redstone Dragons driving with a 7-point lead. Back in the 2nd quarter from the Miami 9-yard line, little read option. Quarterback down to the 5-yard line, 2nd and goal. Play action, quickly to the tight end. This Redstone offense has been cooking with some serious grease, in the national championship. Devon Griffin. Just a beautiful play design here. 12 personnel, 2 tight ends on the field, 2x2 set. You snap the ball with the RPO look. All the front defenders, even the safety, crashed down to try to stop the run. Devon Griffin sliding over top with that post, the skinny post for the easy touchdown. Meeks back in the gun for the Hurricanes, down 14 early in the second quarter, plenty of time. Handoff, 3-yard gain. This Hurricanes running a little hurry up. Screen to the outside receiver. Swarmed by the Dragons. 4 stars on the O-line. Slant to the wide receiver. If they want to get back into this game, they're going to have to lean on this offensive line and then expand their offense into more of an air attack. And they may be doing just that with that slant to the receiver and now the mid screen to the opposite end. Just like that, the Miami Hurricanes are past midfield. Quarterback Meeks now under center. Handoff. Big run. He juked outside. Down to the 23-yard line. Quantavious Tiffin. Averaging about 6 yards a carry after that huge run. Hurricanes are in business. Another handoff for minimal gain. Can the Dragons slow them down? The Dragons defense was tremendous in the first quarter. They're being tested right now. Check down to Tiffin again. 3rd and 5. The Hurricanes have had a tough go at it on 3rd down so far. And they convert 5 yards. Meeks launches out to the zig route. Only a 3-yard gain. And down 14 early second quarter. They feel the need to go for it. 4th and 2 for the 15. Handoff. Spin move. They'll give them the first down. The Hurricanes won't give a chance to challenge. They won't give a chance to measure. On no huddle here. Meeks in the gun. Takes the snap. Fires out to the flats. The Dragons are all over a 4-yard gain. There's a clear discrepancy in first downs throughout their first quarter. Yet, the Hurricanes are moving the ball effectively now. The Dragons bring a blitz, and the Hurricanes score the touchdown. Leaning on a no-huddle attack to keep this Dragons defense on their heels. They go to the bunch route and attack the leverage of the outside corner. Running the deep dig, safety too deep in the back of the end zone. Easy touchdown. Lewis Whitaker in the gun. 1st and 10 from the 19. Handoff to Otago. One thing the Dragons have been all year is balance. Over 2,000 yards rushing as a team. And that balance helps with the play action pass. Only a 1-yard gain. 3rd and 3. In what has quickly become an important drive for the Dragons. 5 wide, flies it out to the tight end. That will not be enough. And just like that, the Miami offense back on the field after that very impressive drive that resulted in 7 points. Can they tie the game? Handoff, Tiffin. The Dragons defense has to find a way to stop the bleeding. The second quarter has been all Hurricanes. Incomplete pass, too high on that post. 3rd and 7. Can the Dragons get off the field? Showing 5 men on the line of scrimmage. They brought all 5. Intercepting! Span into the end zone. Randy Span. Another senior defender for these Dragons with the Yick 6. We spoke on it early on. These senior defenders for the Dragons will be relied upon heavily. Randy Spann is just that. Ease dropping into coverage. Doesn't fully open his hips. Is able to break down on his curl, get his head to the ball, picks it off, but we gotta finish it. Picks it off of that stutter step and watch him finish the run into the end zone, giving the Dragons another 14-point lead. They say the toughest part about throwing a pick six isn't the pick six itself, it's the fact that you got to get right back out there on the field. First down handoff blown up. Tiffin has not had much room to run. Screen. That's blown up. And his Redstone defense is looking prime and ready to get off the field. 3rd and 13. Play action pass. Sacked. Another senior defender. And now Lewis Whitaker in prime real estate from the 50-yard line, looking to expand upon this lead. But the Miami defense won't go down without a fight. Under 3 minutes to go from the 49-yard line. Lewis Whitaker. There's a gun. RPO out to the 6'6" Chauncey Harper. You won't see too many RPO bubble screens to someone 6'6", but Chauncey Harper's a different kind of athlete. Lewis Whitaker with the snap. Woo! That ball's too high, incomplete on the pass. If we're being completely honest, that was an awful punt. Canes get the ball at the 33-yard line, 4 seconds before the warning. Drops back the pass, looks like 4 verts, and he completes the pass. Huge gain for the Hurricanes. Back at the top-down camera. Canes on the move, drop back again. 4 verts again. They go 3 for 3 with the 4 vert call. Is this 4 vertical palooza? Takes a snap. Instead, they throw the RPO bubble. Clock ticking under a minute now. Hurricanes looking to etch away at this 14-point lead. Takes the snap. Holding. Number 57. 47 seconds left on the clock for the 28-yard line. 2nd and 18. Quick check. Yardage back. 3rd and 15. Young man I know would call it 3rd in Alaska. Takes the snap. Steps up into the pocket. Finds a man open for the first down. And down goes Ty Aw, one of the key pass rushers for these Dragons. From the 4-yard line, Hurricanes have all the momentum on their side. Handoff. Down at the 1-yard line to use a timeout. A hair's breadth away from a 7-point ball game potentially. Meeks making a lot of checks at the line. Takes the snap, drop back the pass. Fires and misses his target. They had an open man in the back of the end zone. 30 seconds left from the 1-yard line. This time they opt to hand it off, and no, they don't. A quarterback keeper from the 1-yard line is blown up. And this is no easy field goal. Being this close with those goofy hatches, and he made it. A bit of an unnecessary risk, but be that as it may. Start of the 3rd quarter. Hurricanes down by 11 with the ball. And that's the biggest run of the day so far for Tiffin, but it's coming back. Now it's 1st and 19 from the 9-yard line. Tiffin in the shadows of his own end zone. They hand it off again. The senior linebacker with a big stop. We got word back on Ty Aw. He is back on the field. As Meeks takes the snap. And again, the senior linebacker, the leader of this defense, all over everything underneath. 3rd and 13. Receiver in motion. The Dragons are showing man coverage. Play action pass. Launches down the sideline. Incomplete. In comes Louis Whitaker. The Big 12 single season passing yards record holder. Handoff. Otagwe is met in the backfield for a 1-yard gain. Dragons offense has been explosive at times, but the run game has not been favorable. It's been that right arm of Louis Whitaker. They'll need that right arm now. 3rd and 9. He takes the snap, fires off, and almost intercepted. Meeks takes the snap. Tight end in motion to help with the protection. Launches down the sideline, this time for completion. Randy Spann is clearly offsides. Randy. Free play. They picked up about 9 yards into it. Randy Spann with a lapse in judgment. Well, they accepted the yardage. I guess 1st and 5 is better than 2nd and 1. Interesting. Receiver in motion. They faked the jet sweep. Hand it off. But somehow they're in worse position than they were. It would have been a 2nd and 1. Now it's a 2nd and 3. Go figure. The Dragons bring pressure. And the pressure got to Meeks. He couldn't complete that pass. He had a receiver open. But that's the point of bringing pressure. You have to find a way to disrupt the passing attack. They go screen. And it's blown up. Ricardo Sneed that time on the tackle. His game has hit somewhat of a stalemate. Who can make the big play first? Otagwe on the carry. 2-yard gain. Another carry for Otagwe. No gain on the play. Dragons offense has slowed down considerably with their lead. He launches down the sideline to the 6'6" Chauncey Harper. No good. And a sack on the play. Miami offense cannot find themselves in this 3rd quarter. Juan Faticun, the big man in the middle with a couple swim moves looking like Michael Phelps. Hurricanes now resulting to a 5-wide offense. And it works. Huge play up the seam off the 4 verticals. Touchdown Canes. A bit of the all goes special. Redstone brought the corner blitz, that slot blitz, excuse my French, leaving a massive hole in the zone coverage. And a key thing to pay attention to isn't the catch, but it's safety here. 2nd year man, Crum has not been the best covered safety in the country, that's for sure. Look at him, he could barely flip his hips, get out of his break. Giving up the big play. Spoke on it earlier, who can make the big play first? The Canes did. Now they're looking for another 2-point conversion attempt. They ran stock slants. The pressure got there. It'll stay a 5-point game. Louis Whitaker. Do you have a big play in you? Your defense needs you. Your team needs you. Receiver in motion. Another handoff blown to smithereens. And this Redstone offense is now spiraling. They can't get the run game going. They can't keep them honest. 2nd and 14. Receiver in motion again. Fires out to the tight end for a huge completion. And now the Redstone Dragons are running a little hurry up. Want to keep this defense on their toes. Under center. Louis Whitaker getting the calls from the sidelines. Handoff. Jeff Bortles fighting through contact. There's a Miami Hurricane headed to the sideline. 3-by-1 formation. Quick with the RPO to the 6'6" Chauncey Harper. You gotta reiterate, that man is 6'6". And wide receiver. Superhuman may not be the word for it. RPO this time to the wide receiver, Glenn Riggs. And he's fighting for extra yards. And the Hurricanes take a timeout. They need to slow these Dragons down. We know how important timeouts are in the second half, but the Dragons were applying that fire, applying that pressure, receiver in motion, play action pass. Intercepted! As the Hurricanes throw up that U. Terry Liggins. And what I can only describe as a blind read. And now the Canes are on the field and they're looking to take the lead. Dragons bring pressure. Man open in the flat. Eric Meeks operating at a much higher level after hitting that seam ball for the touchdown, is now faced with a 3rd and 6. 3-3-5 stack formation by the Dragons. They brought pressure and immediate sack. And that there is the sack leader for the Dragons. A versatile chess piece on this defense. He can line up on the ball. He can line up off the ball, as you'll see here, Ezekiel Ali. Completely untouched. Ali Baumaye. Louis Whitaker back onto the field after that absolute blind read off the play action pass. RPO, Rich Kilman's good to see him get involved again. And as the third quarter winds down, the Dragons have not added to their lead. Rich Kilman takes the snap, fires. Louis Whitaker takes the snap, fires to Rich Kilman. Hurricanes showing zero blitz right here. They bring zero blitz. Screen call into it for a 4-yard loss. This Miami defense has been terrific since the second quarter. Almost coming up with an interception there. 9 seconds left in this third quarter, and the Dragons are in a 5 wide. Quick wide receiver screen. Rich Kilman's picked up about 12 yards, but it wasn't enough for the first down. Interesting call there by the Dragons. Hurricanes have quickly closed the gap on yardage. Put your fours up, ladies and gentlemen. The final quarter of college football for this season. Play action pass. Dragons brought a blitz and it left a man open. Hurricanes on the move. Quick inside zone, and Tiffin with a nice 6-yard gain. 13 carries, 52 yards. It hasn't been pretty for him all day, but he has had moments. Eric Meeks takes the snap. He launches downfield. Incomplete pass. He may have had a man and overthrew him. Be that as it may, it's 3rd and 4 from the 41. Hikes the ball, running back wide open over the middle, but that's an incompletion. The DB knocks it out, and they're going for it. They're staying on the move. 4th and 4 from the 41-yard line. Eric Meeks takes the snap. He launches downfield. Got a man off the slot fade. These Hurricanes will not relent. Very aggressive call on 4th and 4, going to the slot fade, but it worked. Now they're 11 yards away from taking the lead. Audibles to a gun bunch setup for the inside zone. 2nd and 7 from the 9-yard line. These Dragons are showing pressure. Plenty of defenders on the line of scrimmage. Fakes the jet sweep, fakes the handoff, and gets sacked. Find you somebody that wants to hunt the quarterback down like Nick Glade. Big play from a big man. 3rd and 12. Again, the Hurricanes are in a bunch set. Single receiver at the top of the screen. Takes the snap. Eric Meeks surveys the field, fires, completes the pass for a first down. Plenty of white jerseys in the area, but it doesn't matter. Eric Meeks in the gun, snaps the ball, Inside zone does not get them the lead. Can the Dragons get another goal line stand? 2nd and goal from the 1. Another stop. Can the Dragons get another goal line stand? 3rd and goal from the 1. Handoff. And he doesn't get it. 4th and goal from the 1. Takes the snap, hands it off. Touchdown Hurricane. A 21-7 lead is now a 22-21 deficit, but the Canes want more. Going for 2. Play action pass, and they get it. The Redstone Dragons, for the first time in this game, they're down. 7 minutes on the clock. Can Lewis Whitaker take back the lead? Zone read. Lewis Whitaker going to keep himself. Calls his own number down to the 39-yard line. What a play to get him mentally back into this game. That was one of the better runs they've had all day. 2nd and 9. They're going 5 wide, 3-by-2 formation. He takes the snap, fires out to the zig route. Jeff Bortles picking up big yardage. Now at the opposite 39-yard line in Miami Hurricane territory. 5:20 and counting. Receiver in motion. Lewis Whitaker takes the snap. Fires over the middle of the field. Rich Kilmans. Welcome back to the game. Rich Kilmans with a big completion or big reception there. Gaining a 1st down. Otagwe with another carry. They've been very intentional on not turning this into a pass fest. They've been sticking with the run, even though that may not be the best bet. Cal Gage, an offensive lineman injury. The Dragons cannot afford to lose anybody at this point, being down 3. They are in field goal range. 3rd and 10. Lewis Whitaker takes the snap, fires. 1st down. He's looking much more poised in this moment. He calls his own number again on the zone read. Only a 2-yard gain. The clock ticking. 3:10 and counting. Dragons are on the move. Takes the snap. 3-man rush from the Hurricanes. Completes it to the tight end. Lewis Whitaker over 300 yards passing. 2:30 on the clock. Play action pass to the tight end again. Down to the 5-yard. Is this 4-down territory? Do they get aggressive? Or are they willing to just take a field goal if necessary? None of that matters. Or maybe it does. They called a wide receiver screen to the top of the field. That got locked down. But Lewis Whitaker saw Jeff Bortles wide open at the top of the screen, and he completely underthrew this ball. Pressure in his face? Yes. Time to throw? Yes. That may be the biggest play in the game, and it's a play that the Dragons did not make. 3rd and goal. 5 wide again. Lewis Whitaker audibles. The tight end is now in the backfield. Receiver in motion. Touchdown Dragons! Chauncey Harper, do your little dancey dance. Dragons back in the lead. An excellent audible. An excellent audible by Lewis Whitaker. They come back out in the 5 wide set. The Hurricanes are ready to blitz it and force him to make a read. He audibles down to a 2-by-2 formation. They bring Chauncey Harper in motion. His man cannot keep up with him. All he has to do is slide behind the linebacker, whose focus is on the tight end coming out of the backfield. Incredible play call. Incredible audible by Lewis Whitaker, making up for that missed throw And now the Dragons have to lean on their defense. It was an excellent call, an excellent audible by Lewis Whitaker to make up for a missed throw. Now the Dragons have to lean on their defense. First down handoff, and it's shut down by the senior linebacker again. Minute 27 on the clock and counting. Canes play action pass. Eric Meeks has time, but he's on the move. He's on the move, and he dives forward. The clock's still ticking. Minute 14, minute 13. Canes getting back to the line of scrimmage. Takes the snap. Eric Meeks in the gun. Launches down the sideline. Incomplete. Fourth and the game. Can the Dragons get a stop? Can the Dragons be champions? Eric Meeks takes the snap. Steps up in the pocket. Launches. Incomplete. A minute, 1 second on the clock. The Canes have 2 timeouts. Dragons, little jet touch pass. The ball now centered in the middle of the field for a possible field goal to extend this lead to 7. But the Dragons want to finish this game off. Extreme heavy package, and that run did very little. Again, they centered this in the middle of the field, and now the Dragons take the knee. The clock will drip all the way down. Centered the ball. Tremendous coaching by one Ronnie Smith Sr. The field goal is up. The field goal is good. This is now a 7-point ball game. 16 seconds left on the clock. The Redstone Dragons are 16 seconds away from immortality. Make that 11 seconds away. 3-man front by the Dragons. There will be 8 men in coverage at all times. Eric Meeks takes the snap. He steps up in the pocket and he's sacked. Ezekiel Ali called game, and ladies and gentlemen, the Redstone Dragons are your college football national champions. From obscurity to being the team known around the college football world, the Redstone Dragons have carved their name in history, led by one man, Lewis Whitaker. 309 yards, 3 touchdowns. The Redstone Dragons, college football national champions.